f/35 flick. All right, we got a little tripod set up here. Sweet. Yeah, baby. Fellow coffee roaster, let's do it. All right, so today we're gonna be checking out the Zeiss Jena lenses. We got a 20, a 25, a 35, 50, and an 80. Let's go see what they're made out of. Here we go. Oh yeah. We got some Lima Wash Peru Velo coffee roaster. Let's do it. That ought to do it. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Gonna shoot this. A few different Jena lenses. I got a Canon and some Zeiss Loxias to compare them to. Let's do it. Here's the Jena 22.8. Let's go. 20 mil combines a super wide angle view and a very short distance of 19 centimeters for focusing, which is incredible. Here we go. This is at 2.8. See a lot of vignetting. F4. Got a little better. 5.6. Starting to sharpen up. Here's an 8. And then a 16. Let's punch in, take a look at center sharpness at every aperture. Here's a 2.8, here's a 4, 5.6, 8, and a 16. We're gonna go ahead and compare this to the Zeiss Loxia lens. This lens is about a $1,500 lens. Let's check it out, that's at a 2.8, that's a 4, 5.6, 8, and a 16. And we'll punch in on the Loxia. There's 2.8, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 16. Let's go ahead and choose f8. I think it's about the best on both lenses. As we zoom in, the Loxia is on the right. Tell it's a little different color than the Jena. You can see we're zoomed into 100%. Still quite a bit of good detail in both lenses. They look really nice. I really like the way this older lens, which is like a 1980s something, stacks up against a brand new, really expensive lens. I actually kind of like the colors too of the Jena. Anyways, a lot of detail on both those. Looks good. Let's compare both lenses wide open. Both at a 2.8. The Jena on the left, Loxia on the right. As we punch in, you can see the center sharpness. The Loxia definitely has it beat. And here is the 25. It is the oldest of the bunch. F4. We'll start off at shooting at F4. You can see there. Got a 5.6, an 8, and a 16. And honestly, it looked pretty dang good. I really like this focal length. Center sharpness, you can see the 4, the 5.6, the 8, and the 16. All right, so we're going to try out the Canon L24 against that Jena. Do the Canon 24 1.4L lens, which is a very expensive lens, very modern lens. Let's check this one out. That's on an F4, 5.6, an 8, and a 16. Center sharpness on the 24 at an F4 is very sharp. The 5.6 looks awesome. 8, amazing. 16, not quite as good. Do a side-by-side comparison of f8, zoomed in on both. You can see that the Canon lens is definitely sharper, has more detail. You can see the coloration on the Jena lens is definitely different again. It's pretty similar, honestly, to the newer Jenas. But zoomed in, you can see there is a little bit of smearing going on in some of those tree branches and a little bit of detail lost. Overall, really nice image, though. I really like this lens. I believe this lens is from the 60s, by the way, so it's quite a bit older. Let's punch in wide open on center sharpness, and we can see a pretty big difference here. Anyways, let's take a little break for some coffee. We got a little steam going on. Check that out, huh? Sweet. Yeah, baby. Doing this pour over right on top of our expensive lenses. Oh well. a 35 fleck. All right, so this is the famous Flectagon lens you've heard a lot about. This is why people buy these lens kits, because this one lens in it is very famous. It's the 35 2.4 with extremely close focusing distance. I believe it's 0.19 centimeters as well, or 0.18. Anyhow, here's a 2.4. There's an f4. There's a 5.6, an 8, and a 16. As we punch into the center sharpness, you can see the 2.4 is a little weird looking. 4 is really sharp. 5.6, really good. 8, really good. 16, really good, actually. We're going to go ahead and compare it to the Zeiss Loxia. This Zeiss Loxia is another really modern lens, really expensive, nice. I've shot with this lens a lot. I know what kind of quality it is, so let's jump right into it. Boom, we shot it at a 2.4 as well. And then we went to a 4, a 5.6, an 8, and a 16. Oh, they look really nice at every aperture. Punching into the Loxia at a 2, it's really nice. 4 looks great. 5.6, great. 8, nice. 16, not quite as good, actually. Let's check out them compared f8 side by side. You can see the different colorations again. The Jena having its very distinct and cool look, which I have really grown to like after this test. You can tell when you're zoomed in 100%, they're both really sharp lenses. I don't think you can give the edge really to either one. I think they're just different vibes and different colors. I really, really like the Jena, actually. It looks really great zoomed in. I love it. It's a sharp lens. It's nice. Yeah. And again, both lenses wide open, a 2.4, and then the Loxia matching it at a 2.4. There's the 50. 1.8. We'll shoot this baby wide open. And this is a Pancolar. This is another reason why this lens set is very popular. This Pancolar design is a 51.8. It's supposed to be one of their best lenses they ever made. Let's check it out wide open. You see that. One to a 2, a 4, a 5.6, an 8. And a 16. And punching into center sharpness with this lens, you can see wide open, a little soft, a lot sharper at a 2, sharper even, more sharper. Yes, keeps getting sharper. It does really well at f16, actually. This is my favorite 50 of all time, the Loxia 50 f2. We got a wide open at a 2, not quite a 1.8, but close. We don't have 4. 5.6, an 8, and then a 16. Again, they all look really nice. Checking center sharpness on the Loxia. You can see it at 2. Looks pretty darn good. A little sharper, sharper. And then at the 16, you really kind of mushes out a little bit. Let's compare the best ones. I've been choosing about the f8 every single time. On the left is the Jena. You can see just how sharp that lens is. I mean, it's razor sharp, tons of detail in the water. The branches don't seem to be smearing much. In my mind, almost just as good as the Loxia. Again, you're just getting more of a vibe with the Jena, more of a vintage vibe. It's sharp, but it also seems soft as well. It has a really interesting look to these lenses. It feels vintage, it feels filmic, without a lot of the harshness that comes along with the modern lenses, without filtration on the lenses. It just kind of has more of a natural vibe to it, maybe. Definitely like it. Then you zoom in on the Pancolar, the Jena, you can still see insane amount of detail. So it's not like you're losing any quality. This is just more of a overall vibe, honestly, with this lens. And then let's check center sharpness with both 50s wide open. The Loxia just looks a little bit nicer. And here's the 80 Jena Pancolar 1.8. At a 1.8, you can see it's definitely vignetting, looks a little soft. We stopped it down to a 2.8, 4, a 5.6, an 8. Checking center sharpness, wide open on the 80, a little fuzzy, a little bit better, a little sharper even yet, even better at 8. Yeah, great looking lens. And the Zeiss Loxia 85 2.4. Again, real modern lens. I've shot with this lens quite a bit. It is razor sharp, extremely nice lens, pretty darn expensive. So let's see how this East Germany lens stacks up against the West Germany lens. Here we are wide open at a 2.4. You can see it looks really great. There's a 4, there's a 5.6, there's an 8, and a 16. Honestly, it looks good really at every single aperture. There's a little bit more vignetting going on wide open. Center sharpness with this 85. Looks great. 4. Wow. They all look good. Maybe the 16 might be the worst, actually. And again, I chose the f8. Been trying to choose that consistently through everything. Wow. I mean, you zoom in, it's amazing how much detail that Jena is actually producing. In my mind, this one looks better than the loxia. And I know for sure the loxia is just an incredible lens. So the fact that this lens that's that old stacks up against this new expensive lens is very impressive. This is the newest out of all the Jena lenses that I own. Also, I kind of dig the 80. You can tell it's a hair wider than the other one, which is kind of cool. And lastly, we have to check the sharpness of the lenses wide open for shooting those portraits on this lens. And you can see the 80 wide open definitely struggles. Loxia looks nice. Well, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Adios.